we have a few minutes for questions. So voila, you have used and you can still use Slido to post the questions, and I would kindly ask the organizer to display the Slido screen with the questions. If it's possible, thank you. And it will be Annette, Jan, who will be moderating this part of the session. Annette.
Thank you very much, Sylvain, and also thank you so much for my co-speakers. Let's just quickly take time. I understand that my colleague Zoe, she has kindly bundled already very good relevant questions. I give her immediately the floor so that we can use the few minutes that we have available.
Okay,
Zoe.
well, thank you very much, Annette. Yes, indeed. I'll try to answer a few of the questions that I've seen, so not necessarily the ones that are right now on the screen. I saw a few questions on the consortium. So what's the ideal number of consortium partners? N is an ideal consortium covering countries in the north, east, south, and west of Europe. So there is no such thing as a perfect number of partners in a consortium. You will see that for most of the topics, as we explained, we're requesting a minimum of 3 partners from 3 different eligible countries. Having said that, the average number of consortia, the average number of partners we see in consortia is around 9 to 10 for a live CET project. The aim is clearly not to artificially cover the whole of Europe. If you have a project idea focusing on Central Europe, there's no point in adding a partner from Portugal or Sweden. So your consortium need to be made for purpose. It needs to address the needs of your action and not to artificially cover the whole of Europe. A few other questions I saw. The length of part B for SAP is also 65 pages. Then a few elements on different types of costs. Licinia, I know this is your field, but maybe I can already at high level say a few elements. Land purchase costs are not eligible under live CET. Infrastructure costs are neither. Please have a thorough look at the type of actions we're looking for. So live CET is not aiming at funding refurbishments of single buildings. So these type of projects are not the ones we're looking for. So I'm saying this because I see a few questions are hinting at that. Then on the extra information, so the intention is not that you use the participant information annex to put extra documents, or if in your proposal you put links to websites and so on. Experts have a certain number of hours to go through your proposal, and they cannot go through additional information, be it at links, annexes, and so on. You will understand this is for obvious reasons of equal treatment. What else did I see? People who are on the reserve list, what are the chances of being funded? Right now, as you know, we have started grant agreement preparation for the successful proposals. We never know. It could happen that some don't materialize and budget would be freed for other proposals. It's difficult right now to have a view on that. If your proposal has been positively evaluated last year, we recommend you to have a look at the call of this year, whether your project would match the current year's priorities. And if it matches, you could decide to improve it based on the feedback you've received and to resubmit it. If you are a first timer, as there was also a question, and you would like some help, I really recommend you go to the national contact point, your NCP, for help. And I think I've answered quite some questions here.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I think we'll go for one round on maximum 2 questions for the financial clarifications, while we have the benefit of having Licinia here. And for our other participants, please keep your question for the breakout sessions. Many of your questions are also relevant in the actual context of the funding topic that you might be interested in. And please ask your question in that session so that you have dedicated time for your answer. Licinia, we have exactly 1.5 minutes for financial answers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think Anne wanted, yes.
Okay, so maybe for some of the financial questions, bonuses, they can be eligible if they're not only for EU projects and if this is the normal way of your remunerating your staff. I saw for the SME owners, time registration documents you will need to keep. For the 215 days, because you say if you work full-time, can you then declare all your costs? Well, we use the 215 days to calculate the daily rate, so maximum 215 days because the total salary cost is divided by that. So if you declare more, you will make profit. And then for the payments, most of these grants, if not all, they will have additional pre-financing. So you get the first pre-financing of 30%, and then the next will be 50%, which is then linked to your normal periodic reporting. In case you have two periodic reports following before the final payment, then you will have 25 and 25 instead of the 50. I don't know if there can be other questions or if we stop here, Aneta.
One more and then we stop.
Okay, maybe for the affiliated entities,
yes.
Because this was the top question, you can check the annotated grant agreement page 133, because there it's very well explained who can be affiliated entity. It can be companies that have daughter companies, or the other way around. The daughter can be a beneficiary and then the mother can be the affiliate. It can also be associations with members that can participate. So there are quite some informations in the annotated grant agreement, so have a look there.
And Annette, can I just address one question, because I think this is quite important. It's, do subcontractors have to be identified already in the proposal? No, please, totally the contrary. If you are subcontracting, you are going to do a tendering, so at least ensuring best value for money and no conflict. So normally, actually, you should not know who will be the subcontracting. So the question is totally the opposite. It should be just explaining what the subcontracting will be, and then you will have to do the subcontracting according to the usual practices or EU public procurement rules. Thank you, Annette. Sorry.
Thank you, Licinia. I pass the floor to Sylvain. For those of you in the room who were interested for the local topics, with the next questions, which are very, very popular, that's exactly why we need to close this session so that we can allow you to move over to the local session, which will answer all of these really, really valid questions. Thank you, and Sylvain, over to you.
Voila, with this, I would wish to thank you warmly for your interest in the program, for your participation to this information session, to this plenary session, and we hope to have you in the parallel session starting in a few minutes and continuing this afternoon. Many thanks.